Welcome to tonight's episode of This Week in Nectar, and it's going to be centered around this article that has been written about Andy Warski. It's headlined, "Alt-right YouTuber shared vile sexualized images of underage girls." A notorious YouTuber linked to the alt-right shared sexualized images of underage girls during a shocking live stream watched by thousands of people. PPP, would you like to do the next paragraph?
Well, I don't know if it was watched by thousands of people, to be honest. I think that's the most inaccurate part of the report, but we'll continue. Last week, Andy Warski, an internet personality regularly accused of sexism and racism, hosted an online event on YouTube designed to expose a pedophile ring, during which he published photographs of children aged under 16 in provocative poses.
The video has now been deleted after viewers began to claim it suggested Warski had gathered and distributed child pornography, an accusation which he emphatically denied. Now, we're just going to read this first of all, and then we're going to do a paragraph-by-paragraph analysis, myself and PPP, so bear with us. PPP, would you like to read the next paragraph?
He insisted the images he shared were creepy rather than illegal, and said he has never looked at or downloaded nudes featuring children.
The stream provoked a storm this week in the nether regions of the internet among communities populated by trolls, Nazis, liberalists, and gamers, and the alt-right.
In the video, Warski spent 3 hours presenting and discussing his own research, which found that girls who described themselves as being under 16 were selling naked pictures of themselves on Instagram.
And Metro has provided a video, which I will not play, but it's a video of the stream. It's an extract of the stream in question that this article has been written about. And it says that this investigation saw him collect images showing children in provocative poses and expose the identities of men in a child porn ring who collected and discussed these vile photographs on private chat rooms.
The pictures he shared on YouTube were posted publicly on Instagram by underage girls with usernames too sexually extreme to print, and were been edited in some ways to make sure they don't trigger the photo site's nudity filters.
They are designed to entice pedophiles in contact. They are designed to entice pedophiles into contacting the girls via DM and paying for illegal nudes.
In his deleted stream, Warski shared an image of a seemingly underage girl's cleavage take from one of these public Instagram profiles with the see no evil and speak no evil monkey emojis placed in front of them.
The YouTuber also uploaded a picture of a child who posed topless, but had edited the images with images of cherubs to mask her breasts.
He reported all the public Instagram accounts that appeared to be offering illegal nudes.
And they've captured a picture of Warski there that they're trying to paint very, very dramatically. He has also heard passing photos over to co-host Ethan Ralph, owner of a massive gunt and of an online news site called The Ralph Retort, and discussing whether they were suitable to be shown on screen.
Ralph, I'm going to open up my screen share for you, Warski said. I'm not going to show the audience yet, so you can tell me if these are, do you think these should be allowed on the show? Ralph replied.
Sorry. I don't know how I don't know. It looks, I don't know. And they've got another picture of Warski looking quite beleaguered, bags under the eyes. But I say we'll analyze all of this in just a moment, paragraph by paragraph. We're going to give you the nectar that you all deserve. Can I show this? Warski asked later in the video after sending another photo.
It's so hard to tell. This person, she is 15. He then sent the picture.
Sorry, PPP. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. He then sent the picture to Ralph, who replied, "Let me see. Okay."
The vagueness of this conversation led viewers to speculate that the pair had been looking at and discussing illegal images.
We wrote to Worski, and he sent us a Twitter DM which said, "We did not have images of underage girls. Illegal."
That was Instagram public accounts. The things I didn't want to show and which were sent to Ralph were in those Instagrams and were just creepy images. I would never have any nudity underage girls on my comp. I ate ridiculous sick. PPP.
He said people had posted suggestively edited versions of his live stream on message boards to falsely suggest he had a folder of illegal child pornography on his computer, which he was viewing and sharing with Ethan Ralph during the stream.
During the stream, he is shown opening a folder and then quickly closing it again, suggesting there were images inside he did not want to be shown on the live stream.
People are trying to frame us. We don't play with illegal activities, he said.
The aim of his show was to expose a child porn ring of men who paid kids under 16 years of age to send them illegal pornographic images of themselves.
These perverts use pseudonyms like Loli Lord, referring to the book Lolita, but often give away their identities by inadvertently handing over personal information to the chat room websites in which they share the illegal images.
Worski revealed the names of several of these men during the stream, who rushed to delete the identifying data in real time as the video unfolded.
Worski said an unnamed female researcher gathered a folder of images which proves the identity of these men, but also contains some of the illegal child porn photos they shared, has now been sent to the FBI.
He denied ever receiving the illegal images contained in this folder.
I made sure nothing disgusting was sent to me because I know it's illegal and it's disgusting in the first place, he insisted.
2 detectives are talking to some people today, and I am glad that circle of people are being taken down. And the Metro news site has decided to include a video of Richard Spencer being punched in the face to further highlight the connection between Worski and the alt-right. PPP?
Although he has denied being part of the alt-right, many of Worski's fans are known to be members of his hard-right online movement, and others are believed to be actual Nazis.
The YouTuber has the nickname Race Worski, which refers to extreme right-wingers' beliefs that the US is doomed to be torn apart by a devastating ethnic conflict.
He hosted white nationalist Richard Spencer, star of the Punch a Nazi meme, on a live stream in January 2018, and has been described as a megaphone for the alt-right.
During Worski's live streams, viewers pay him tips, and he can earn hundreds or even thousands of dollars.
Oh, wow.
And thus ends the article. Right, so we're going to analyze this paragraph by paragraph. But first of all, PPP, thoughts?
I mean, wow. They're really trying to nail this fucker to the cross, eh? I think it's pretty much the end for the retarded Phoenix. I think
they're both fucked. Metro is naming Ralph as much as it possibly can during this article, you know? They're both fucked. They're both completely fucked. There's no way back now. They're fucked. They're fucked, PPP.
They're totally fucked. The problem is it's not even just saying that they're racist or Nazis or whatever. They're tying it in with the child porn. So on top of
they're saying basically that they have a pedophile ring, don't they? Where they've collected these images, and they're talking about these images in that conspiracy, right? In a conspiracy network, that they're discussing these images and deciding whether they can show them publicly. And they're editing these images. Fucking hell.
Yeah, and I love how they're trying to say, oh, that context matters or whatever, right? And that, oh, we didn't have the intention of downloading the child porn. Well, it doesn't look like Metro really cares what their intentions were. It looks like Metro is gonna print these articles and fuck them so that they can make money and be seen as a righteous publication, bringing down the righteous ban hammer on these motherfuckers, isn't it?
All right, my friend, let's
Ah.
do this paragraph by paragraph analysis. We'll start here with an alt-right YouTuber shared vile sexualized images of underage girls. Would you say that headline is accurate, judging by the information we've just read?
Well, I enjoy that it says vile sexualized images of underage girls, as though there's any other type of images
Right, right.
of underage girls. And then the best part is it's alt-right YouTuber as well. So even though in the article itself it says that Andy isn't a self-described member of the alt-right, they've made the judgment call that he is anyway, and just totally fucked him. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. It's not just him being a paedophile. He has to be, a Nazi pedo. They have to really lay it on, don't they? They have to lay it on thick with a trowel.
Yes, yes, it's incredible.
So we have this paragraph here. The notorious YouTuber linked to the alt-right shared sexualized images of underage girls during a shocking live stream watched by thousands of people. Now, you have made videos on this live stream, have you not? And your visceral reaction to this event.
Yeah, I mean, I've made videos on it, and I gave them a ton of shit for it because it's a fucking stupid thing to do. I don't know if it was watched by thousands live. I'm pretty sure it was watched by maybe a few hundred people on Warski's channel, and then it was buried from existence as though it never fucking happened. I like how he's
Exactly.
noted as being notorious, as though there's anything noteworthy about Warski's career. You know what I mean? Uh, Shocking live stream. It's not really that shocking. I mean, they're pretty retarded people. It was not that shocking they did this, to be honest. But,
I think it's more shocking, right? I mean, obviously, when they say thousands of people, I think he means, because obviously he's looking at Warski's view count probably on his other videos, and he's looking at the sub count, and he must be thinking sort of, this has the potential to reach thousands of people just by being on this channel, right? So even though it had 200, 300 viewers at the time, the fact that it, had it have stayed up, it would have had the potential to reach thousands of people. And it probably is shocking in terms of, I mean, because who would have expected Warski to be streaming CP?
this guy,
Would you have expected it?
to be
This guy is
honest,
shocked, as is the rest of the world. But it's happened, and this is the post-mortem.
yeah, yeah. I'm just shocked that a mainstream publication actually picked this up. I thought it was going to die a slow death and they were going to be able to escape from this, but it doesn't look like it.
How could they have possibly escaped from this? This is even worse than the white N-word stuff. Do you know what I mean? This is like, why ever they thought this was a good idea, and why ever they thought it was a good idea to edit these images and then discuss these images, and then collect these images.
They thought they were the next Keemstar, the next Jim or whatever, and they're gonna fucking bust the pedophiles or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Just stay away from this shit. Unless you're in law enforcement, you're not. It's not your job to bust pedophiles. Fuck, just call the cops if you were concerned. Instead, what they did was did a live stream to try and make money, and they had super chats enabled. I don't think they made any fucking money, and now their reputations are pedo Nazis. It's Shakespearean almost in its scale of failure.
Last week, Andy Warski, an internet personality regularly accused of sexism and racism, hosted an online event on YouTube designed to expose a pedophile ring, during which he published photographs of children aged under 16 in provocative poses. So let's just cover the internet personality regularly accused of sexism and racism. Would you say that's accurate?
I would say that that's completely accurate. He is definitely accused of sexism and racism very often. And I love the way it's phrased. It's not saying he is sexist and racist, just he is regularly accused of this, and he just did happen to be live streaming girls in provocative poses. So it gives the illusion that it's being fair to them, You know, but it's really not. It's nailing it to the fucking cross.
But
You know?
the way this is worded, PPP, during which, you know, he published photographs of children aged. Now, these photographs, I assume, had already been published online, which he downloaded. But this almost makes it seem as though Warski was producing this firsthand, and he was publishing his own, like, you know what I mean? His own.
Yeah, no, it's not as though they're saying, "Oh, he accidentally showed these photographs." Oh, it's kind of funny he accidentally showed it. They're saying
he published. Yeah,
he published photographs, you know, of children aged under 16. Jesus, fuck.
So already we're not even 3 paragraphs in, and it's nailing Warski to the cross, and then some, right?
Well, it's nailing Warski to the cross, and it's starting to light the cross on fire, and like, you know, at the end they'll finally piss it out with the last sentence. But let's continue.
The video has now been deleted after viewers began to claim it suggested Warski had gathered and distributed child pornography, an accusation which he emphatically denied. Now, these viewers, are they us? Are Metro people watching me and you, PPP? Because we were the only ones covering this, right? I think, weren't we?
Yeah, no, it's our viewers, it's our audience who were concerned that they were looking at child pornography.
No, but my question is, are people at the Metro, journalists at the Metro, watching your videos, PPP, your hot takes on Andy Warski, and they're going, shit, you know, viewers are beginning to claim.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe I'm just the voice of the common person on the street, and Metro is watching it and thinking, wow, that guy, he doesn't seem totally fucked at all. We should use him as a legitimate source for journalism.
I honestly think that the people of Metro and the journalists of Metro are fans of This Week in Nectar, and they're tuning into the show. They're probably tuning into the show right now. We're probably making a few journalists happy.
What they're doing is they're like, wow, these guys do our jobs for us. They do all the hard investigative journalism, and then we just steal it.
Right? Fucking hell. I'm half expecting now for them to pick up the Sargon Purple Bucket story. You know?
Where the fuck are my royalties at? Where are they at?
Yeah. We'll never get our recognition unless we claim it ourselves, PPP.
That's right. Strength through power. All right.
Right. So it says that the video is now being deleted. So it's like what they're saying is, you know, you can't hide your shame, Warski. You know, we're here. We are the police.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, Warski. You're fucking guilty. You deleted it. If there was nothing wrong with it, why would you delete it, you fucker? Yeah.
But then there's this sentence here: had gathered and distributed child pornography. Warski had gathered and distributed child pornography. It's terrible, isn't it? I mean, they're fucked. These people are fucked now. Warski and Ralph are fucked. You know.
Yeah.
Ralph is tied into this later on, but they're fucked, right? There's no way back from this.
When your name is in a sentence saying gathered and distributed child pornography, no matter the context, no matter what you're
no matter the fucking addendum, you know, the glib addendum, you know, something. Oh, he had denied this. There's still this here, you know, which is surrounded by all of this stuff that backs it up, you know, and a video of you actually doing these things.
Yeah. Yeah, and then later on, we're going to see Richard Spencer fucking pop up just to further smear this motherfucker and tie him in with Richard Spencer. Perfect.
So he insisted the images he shared were creepy rather than illegal. And he said he has never looked at or downloaded nudes featuring children. But the article basically proves him as a liar after that, right? You know?
Yeah, but
this is
probably the worst. This is the worst legal defense I've ever seen. No, they were just creepy. They were just creepy. They weren't illegal. Well, what were you doing looking at the creepy images and sharing them?
But it's like he was a child responding to this, you know. It's like they asked a 12-year-old for their denial of this, you know. Oh, it was just creepy. It just freaked me out. But he still, I mean, but the law is that he did gather this child porn and he published it, you know. Creepy. It was creepy, yes, but it was also illegal. It wasn't mutually exclusive. You can't be creepy or illegal. They were both things, Warski, were they not?
I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. Why would he describe it in himself? Oh, fuck. He's just dumb. Oh.
So here they're basically describing us and our audience, right? The stream
Yep.
provoked a storm this week in the nether regions of the internet. Well, what storm did it actually cause? Because we were the only ones that talked about it.
There was no
So-
storm. Everybody else was too busy shilling their affiliate link and fucking trying to get an interview with these fucking losers, I guess, or a
But
Google
we are the only
Hangout.
people we are the only people that caused the storm, right? So
Yeah.
they're talking about us, aren't they?
That's right, Godwinson. We're really important people.
No. But I'm unironically saying that they are talking about us here. We're the ones that streamed about it. We're the ones that brought it up. You know?
Yeah. I don't really know how they found this info.
I reckon
Unless
they've been
just
watching your hot
trolls
take PP, and they're avid listeners of This Week in Nectar.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who else? You know, we are like what fringe watchers of these people, and we gave our hot takes on it to a stream of what 200 people. So
Yeah.
it's really weird that they're saying it provoked a storm because there's been a blanket wall of silence on Twitter. All of Warski's friends and these celebrity friends haven't mentioned it, nor of Ralph's friends, nor of Gator. In fact, I've had lots of people in my comment section say, "How dare you say this? You're lying. This is all, this is all a big troll. How dare you do this?" And yet we have this article right here, and yet, we clearly weren't lying when we were doing that stream, were we? We were reacting to a shocking event that happened.
It wasn't lies. It wasn't just something that never fucking happened. It definitely did happen, and not to say Metro is the most credible source in the world, but I mean they're reporting it as I saw it. So
yeah, and look, they're basically writing transcripts now of This Week in Nectar. Provoked a storm. Well, what storm was there? And there was a couple of your videos, right?
Yeah,
that's it. That was the storm. That was the storm. So very obviously, the journalists of Metro have been watching this stuff, right? Have been watching our
either that or they
either
that or they browse 8chan or some trolls sent it to them. But I'd like to believe that they were watching This Week in Nectar and just like, oh wow, this is such a hot story. We have to cover it. I hope that that's the case.
So in the video, Warski spent 3 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. I didn't know this. I didn't know it lasted this long. Presenting and discussing his own research, which found that girls who describe themselves as being under 16 were selling naked pictures of themselves on Instagram. I had no idea it was 3 hours PPP. Did you know this?
Yeah, I knew it. I fucking saw it. But look, I mean, my favorite part is his own research. So he found through his own research that girls who were under the age of 16 were selling naked pictures of themselves. So it makes it seem as though he was searching this out desperately to find like.
Well, yeah, that's why they've used the word own. His own research, not just research that was conducted or him talking on the subject. No, it was his own gatherings. It was his own sort of venture into this world. I had no idea it was 3 hours long. Did he not at any point in those 3 hours gone, I've made a terrible mistake?
Well, no, the chat kept fucking saying over and over again that it was a mistake, and then the mods in the fucking chat rebelled and started saying anyone who sends a super chat's going to be banned from fucking commenting. So it was just a goddamn disaster up and down. But the whole time were trying to salvage it and say it was not a big deal. After it was over, they realized how bad they fucked up and tried to bury it.
Well, yeah, this is it. They didn't even. I mean, you can look at the comments on my Stream Me video, right? And the latter one we did on your channel, the stream we did, Stream Me Twin Part 2, and you can see comments in those sections where they're basically saying this never happened. How dare you lie about this? This just didn't happen, Godwinson. This didn't happen, PPP. You're making this up. So they didn't even try and sort of damage control. Like you say, they completely denied it ever happening. They kept trying to make out that we were fantasists. We'd made all of this up. Really weird, wasn't it? I suppose that's the only defense you could possibly give if you deny reality. Then perhaps it might come untrue or come true.
It's pretty fucking depressing that that people still support them. That guys are still watching the show every fucking night at 9, and that PayPig sent $4,000 for this adventure that's going on now. It's very cringy.
I just think they're fucked. They're fucked. They're just completely fucked. The investigation, I love the way that they've quoted investigation as well. You know, I can see the journalists doing air quotes, right? The investigation, because it wasn't an investigation. Of course, it wasn't. It was one man, you know, gathering child porn and downloading it to show on a live stream. Saw him collect images showing children in provocative poses and expose the identities of men in a child porn ring who collected and discussed these vile photos on private chat rooms.
I love how child porn ring is in quotes, as though there really wasn't a child porn ring and this was all just a cover for him collecting images showing children.
That's what the article is trying to suggest, isn't it? The article is trying to suggest that Warski had absolutely no legitimate reason in doing this. And he probably didn't. In fact, he didn't. I'm just going to say it right now. He had no, you know, he's not the police. He's not a detective. He's not the FBI. He's not a federal agent. You know, he's a coked up Canadian who, you know, was gathering child porn.
But Godwinson, think of the super berries he could have made from this stream.
Yeah. This is what it all boils down to, doesn't it? It all boils down to super chats. You know, your entire, I don't know, freedom, liberty, respect, dignity, reduced down because you wanted super chats. You know,
well, his whole moral code is centered around the concept of super chats. Whatever will get him the most super berries is what he's going to do, irregardless of what anyone else's petty bourgeoisie morality might say.
PPP, can you just tell me how anyone can walk back from this now? Just tell me. I mean, I could understand how he could walk back from the stealthing stuff. You know, when Right Wing Watch and Jared Holt were publishing stuff, you know, his quotes where he said he stealthed someone. You know, you can walk back from that perhaps. I know his defense was that, you know, it was a joke. It didn't actually happen. You know what I mean? He's not really a rapist. Okay, right. But here, there's very visceral evidence of him doing this stuff, of him exposing it. Maybe not to thousands of people, but it certainly will be known to all of his audience now. Certainly when you type in Warski, this is the first result that pops up. How can we walk back from this?
Well, I think the main move that you have to do immediately is realize, okay, normal people are never going to accept me ever again. And they're all going to hate me from now on because of these articles. So what you have to do in his position is just say, okay, fuck it, I am a Nazi. And I don't molest kids, though, I swear. And hope that the police don't fucking get you for this. And as long as the police don't throw you in prison, and you still have like a hardcore devoted audience of Nazis who throw super chats your way, you can probably still survive for another few years. And then hopefully in like 10, 15 years, people will forget and he'll be able to get a job at a warehouse somewhere, hopefully.
I think personally, my advice would be he should completely leave the internet behind, completely disconnect, and just leave Warski, the moniker, the pseudonym that he uses, just leave it behind, and then he can just, because there's no future here now, is there really? You type in Andy Warski and it comes up with, first of all, rapist, then it comes up with alt-right Nazi, and now it comes up with pedophile.
Yeah, but I mean, Godwinson, the reality is the mainstream media could do this to anyone.
No, but you've said, you must acknowledge that not anyone would do this. I mean, he's actually done these things, has he not?
He has done these things, but the way it is unfair. Like, it is unfair.
No, but this isn't the mainstream media just making this shit up, is it? They've got the videos, they've got quotes, they've got a timeline of events. This isn't just a random smear piece. This isn't actual evidence, right? This is a video of evidence, right? This actually happened for 3 hours, you know? There's no sort of, you can't use the liberalist, skeptic, Sargonite take that, oh, you know, the mainstream media is just trying to smear us because, you know, we are dissident voices on the political spectrum. No, this actually happened, did it not?
No, it totally happened, and it's really, really fucked up. It's just that I almost want to defend him just because of how fucking vicious this piece is, but fuck him, he's fucked anyway. I feel bad for him. He said he actually liked us the other day on his stream in his bathtub, you know? I was like, how can he like us? We're shitting all over him. I feel sad for him. I really
Well,
do.
honestly, I'll give my honest thoughts on Andy Warski. Up until this very point, I hadn't become really that much aware of the CP stream, really. Had I have known all of this then, I'd have completely disavowed. But up to this point, I thought he was just a retard, you know, a good-hearted retard, a naive one at that. You know, he gets taken in by the wrong people and he makes these choices, you know, perhaps under the influence of drugs. But, you know, ultimately he's a nice guy. Sometimes he's entertaining and, you know, you just want what's right for him, right? At this point now, I am completely disgusted. There's a vile image in my mind of Warski now, and I'm shocked. I didn't think the retarded Phoenix could actually burn the viewer, right? They actually burn the person that perhaps thought he was able to be redeemed.
I don't know. I don't think there was ever any redemption for him. He's a pretty boring fucking personality. I've never really heard him say anything that made me go, wow, I need to keep listening to the fucking guy. And so for me, it's no big, huge loss to see him fucking get fucked. I'm not going to stick my neck out for him. He wouldn't do it for me. And so I really don't care. His whole fucking career is going to burn to the ground. And everybody's going to laugh at him forever because he fucking got caught sharing CP. Do I think any legal repercussions are going to come? Probably not. But it's not a good look for his career, especially if he ever wanted to go mainstream, which I think he did, which is pretty sad.
Well, this is always going to be here now. This is always going to be. Whenever you hear the name Warski, this is going to be attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the pictures he shared, the pictures, so this is Warski. The pictures Warski shared on YouTube were posted publicly on Instagram by underage girls with usernames too sexually extreme to print. And were being, this is like a grammatical mistake by the author.
When I first said it, it rattled my fucking soul, you know, but
were being edited in some way to make sure they didn't trigger the photo site's nudity filters.
Wow.
They're designed to entice pedophiles into contacting the girls via DM and paying for illegal nudes. And in Warski's deleted stream, he shared an image of a seemingly underage girl's cleavage take from one of these public Instagram profiles with the see no evil, speak no evil emojis placed in front.
What a fucking retard. What a retard. Oh, what was he thinking?
The YouTuber also uploaded a picture of a child who posed topless, but had edited the images with images of cherubs to mask her breasts. Now, this is the article saying that Warski edited these images. Is this true? Is this reality? Did he do this? Did he edit this image of a child that was posing topless?
If he has edited the image of the child, this is what
the article is saying here now. The article is saying this here, right?
He's fucked. He's totally fucked. He's totally.
Can
fucked.
you defend this, PPP? Honestly,
I'm trying, Godwinson. I'm fucking trying.
I know you're trying to play devil's advocate, right? But there's no way Andy Warski is fucked. He edited. The article here is saying that he edited these images of a child who posed topless, and he put images of cherubs on to mask her breasts.
It's over.
It's over, isn't it? This is fucking scorched earth, right?
Wait, Ralph's in the chat. He's saying that he didn't edit it. Ralph is telling us he didn't edit it and that we're brainlets. Yeah.
No, but look, Ralph. You're also named in this article, right? And look, we are trying to give Warski the real benefit of the doubt. But here the article is saying that
he's saying it was posted on Instagram
here the article is saying, right? You've got to read the article. The article is saying that these people that post these images to Instagram, they've edited these pictures in some way. You know, they make that clear here, and they make it clear here. And they make it clear here, right, that Warski shared an image. You know, they don't say that he edited this image. of you know,
Yeah.
emojis placed on this CP basically. And then it goes on to say that the YouTuber also uploaded a picture of a child, but had edited the images. So the article has been very distinct and clear here. You know, this is, look, if Warski is indeed innocent, I would encourage him to sue. And I'd encourage you to sue Ralph as well, you know, because you are also mentioned in this article. But really, this is fucking bad stuff. No matter how you spin this, this is bad because he's being accused here of editing the images.
No, it's devastating. It is. It's devastating for them to have these accusations come out. And you're right, there is the distinction there between him saying shared and then down there edited the images. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Like, I don't necessarily trust this article as far as I can fucking throw it. You know what I mean? It's fucking Metro. It's a UK publication. But I know that the MSM has a certain degree of credibility for most people. So most people are going to believe this when they think about Warski, that he edited these pictures and he was distributing child porn. And Ethan just has to accept that. That's the truth.
So it says that Warski reported all public Instagram accounts that appeared to be offering illegal nudes, right? And they've got this image of Warski in black and white, sort of looking quite sinister. They've obviously chosen that image for a reason, have they not?
Yeah.
And here, if Ralph is still in the chat, I mean, so this is the article now discussing you. It said that he has also heard passing photos over to co-host Ethan Ralph, owner of an online news site called The Ralph Report, and discussing whether they were suitable to be shown on screen. So what it's saying is basically that Ralph was the judge of this CP, of whether it was CP or not, right? This is what this is the accusation the article's giving, right?
Yeah, it's basically saying that Ralph, you know, had perfect opportunity to veto this, and he allowed it to happen anyway. I don't understand why.
And then for some reason, I don't know why, but it doesn't really show any of Ralph's protestations. It doesn't say Ralph going, you know, Warski, you need to stop this 3-hour stream. You need to stop, you know, thinking this. Instead, it goes on to sort of quote Warski by saying, Ralph, I'm going to open up my screen share for you. So Ralph is now viewing the CP according to this article.
Yeah. Well,
Would
he never
and just give me your thoughts on that, because I'm gobsmacked.
Well, he never protested it. He promoted it. He promoted the show on his Twitter. He promoted it on stream. He promoted it on every platform he could promote it on and said it was a good thing. And everybody coming on to Warski's stream, we're going to bust the pedophiles live in 15 minutes. Then the show started, and you know, it was like 15 to 20 minutes of just nonsense, boring crap. And then they started showing these fucking images of the kids. And it went on for fucking hours.
And the thing is, PPP, you've used the, oh, you know, Andy didn't know really what he was doing defense. But it seems to, though, I mean, if this was in court, Andy would definitely know the difference between right and wrong, because it's saying here that he's going, I'm not going to show the audience yet because he wants Ralph's opinion. He wants Ralph to tell him if these are, you know. Do you think this should be allowed on the show?
Here's the thing, though. The context.
What did Ralph see? What did Ralph see?
Here's what they're going to say. The context of that is asking if it's okay to show that for YouTube, because YouTube has a strict policy against nudity and they don't want to get struck down and lose their live streaming. So I can see them having that defense there of, well, because it's
but no, but these are underage nudes. You know, the whole fact of, oh, they're just showing images of naked women is completely out of the window, because these are underage nudes, and the whole context built around it is that they are showing underage nudes.
Yeah, I can't defend it. I don't know. There's no logical way you can say that this was a smart thing at all.
And then they go on to say that Ralph is almost desperate here. He goes, let me see, let me look. They don't just quote, let me see or let me see. Instead, they make him sound like he's a creature, a lech, who says, let me, right? Let me see, let me look.
Yeah, well, they're painting him as Ethan Ralph paints himself, which is as a fucking cretin. So it is what it is.
No, but do you not see that the article here is trying to present Ralph as like desperate to see the CP?
Yeah, no, I can see that. And so this does not look good for Ethan at all. This is not good. I mean, if he thinks he has a legitimate case to sue for libel, this is the time when you sue.
Yeah, I mean, if you people are genuinely innocent and this is really fucking, I mean, because this would shock me to my core if this was printed about myself, and I'd be mounting a lawsuit if it was untrue. And I think you should do this by all means. You should stop the fucking Miami road trip. You should stop getting drunk and getting high, and you should focus your efforts on suing the Metro if this is indeed untrue. But I mean, they're quoting you. They've got evidence. They've got 3 hours of evidence from the looks of it. Gosh, and then Ralph has said, Ralph says, "I don't know. It looks, I don't know."
Yeah, so that doesn't sound good.
And then they quote it again by saying, Worski saying, "Can I show this?" Worski's asked later in the video after sending another photo. And then someone here, and then what Worski says, "It's so hard to tell. This person, she is 15." And then it says that he then sent the picture to Ralph. So this is after he admits that she's 15. He sends the picture to Ralph, who then says, "Let me see." And then he's visibly disgusted by going, "Ugh."
What fucks me up about this is, the same guy, I thought at first when I read it, he goes, "Can I show this?" And then Ralph goes, "It's so hard to tell this person, she is 15. But it's Worski himself. So how can both of these thoughts occur to you? Is it okay to show this and this person is 15? Like, it's so hard to tell whether I should show the nudes of a 15-year-old.
That alone. He still carries on. He still proceeds to show the picture to Ralph, who says, "Let me see."
Oh, let me see. Oh,
surely, the moment Worski says this person is 15, that's it. Surely, my God, Jesus Christ, these people are fucked.
Yeah, that's probably the most damning quotes here. Is, "Can I show this? It's so hard to tell this person, she is 15."
And then Ralph goes, "Let me see." What more is there to discuss? I don't understand. How is this defensible, right?
It's not. It's not. I mean, the thing is, they're going to say, "Oh, they weren't nude," but then the article also quotes how their nipples were covered by emojis and shit. So clearly there were some nude photos. It wasn't just pictures of the underage girls in like bikini tops. There were some that were naked, right? Like,
and then it goes on to say the vagueness of this conversation led viewers to speculate that the pair had been looking at and discussing illegal images. Well, who are these viewers? Me and you, right? We were the only ones that made a fuss about this, right?
Yeah. Well, me in particular, I guess. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
We are fucking journalists, PPP. We expose this stuff, and now it's actually being picked up by the mainstream media. We're actually performing a public service. I've always said from the start of This Week in Nectar that we were going to be performing a public service, and we are doing it right now. Are we not?
I guess so.
Our first-hand journalism is, in fact, influencing the mainstream media agenda.
Well, what we did, Godwinson, is with our reporting, we actually did what Ralph and Andy set out to do, which was bust a pedophile ring. Hopefully the heat comes down on these bastards now and they just get sent right to the slammer along with Zoom and the other retards.
What I don't get here, right? So Worski has this journalist basically. The journalist has basically contacted him asking these questions for an article that he's going to publish, right? And then Worski sends a DM. Why wouldn't you just say, "Well, here's my number, let's talk about this"? Why would you just DM this shit and like go about your day? Why would you do that? Why would you not first of all talk to your lawyer or your agent or someone that could represent you, legally, and have them talk to the Metro? Why doesn't it not read "a spokesman for Andy Worski said" or "a spokeswoman for Andy Worski said"? Instead, it's "he sent us a Twitter DM."
Well, Godwinson, you know why. It's not a legitimate operation. It's not a legitimate news organization that Ralph or Worski run. It's a one-man operation of Andy Worski coked out. When they fucking reached out to him because of the time difference, he was probably fucked out of his mind on drugs, and it was like bothering him, distracting him from getting his next dopamine hit. So he just said, "Fuck it." We did not have images of underage girls. That was the way it's even phrased. Just sounds like a retard typed it. That was Instagram public account. Fuck
I
me,
don't know
man.
why he didn't just say, "Here's my number. We need to talk about this." You know, and again, it's like, so they've done this with illegal, right? And sort of above, they say that Warski described these illegal images as creepy. Can you remember that? Here we go, creepy rather than legal. So do you reckon in those square brackets there that Warski said creepy images of underage girls and not illegal?
I don't know. I'm guessing he never said anything. Like, he's denying that they had images of underage girls. That's what he wrote. They're inserting that in there, I imagine, to make his argument make sense, because they obviously did have images of underage girls. The only argument he has is whether or not they were illegal images. That's it.
And it says, the things I didn't want to show and which were sent to Ralph were in those Instagrams and were just creepy images, right? Well, the one thing that contradicts that is that this journalist is saying, this article is saying that Warski edited child porn, right? Let's find that. Let's find that. Yeah, here we go. The YouTuber also uploaded a picture of a child who posed topless, but had edited the images with cherubs to mask her breasts, you know? So obviously, I don't know. If that's untrue, then Warski really needs to sue, because this is what, libel or slander or whatever. But you know, yeah, I would never have any nudity of underage girls on my comp, but that happened, right? I mean, they must have been on his computer for him to share them.
Yeah.
And then for him to screen share to Ralph, they must have been on his computer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, their argument, because, I mean, it depends, Godwinson, if you trust the article or you trust what Ralph and Warski are saying, right? Most people are, honestly, that watch this are probably going to trust Andy and Ralph's word.
No, but I'm just saying that this is obviously a lie, because he obviously did have this stuff on his computer. We can watch 3 hours of him sharing it.
Well, we obviously can know that he had images of underage girls, but the question is nudity. He's claiming that they were just suggestive poses, right? So that's their case. That's their whole case, which is a pretty
case as well. They look. I don't want to repeat it again, but their case as well. You know, they're leveling this accusation that he edited the images and put images of cherubs on to mask breasts.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, I mean, if you want to defend this PPP, by all means, but I think any normal person's going to go, whoa.
Yeah, any normal person is going to go, whoa. But is a person that's searching for the real truth going to go, whoa, and say that they're finally fucked? I don't know.
No, but you're saying the real truth as though there's not 3 hours of a recording that he publicly streamed where this happened. I mean, these are quotes that they're saying. The only thing that is dubious, because Ralph's in the chat denying it, is that he edited the images. But there's still look, oh gosh, there's still this quote where he says, I'm going to screen share for you so Ralph can judge. And then there's this quote here where he says this person she's 15, and then Ralph goes, "Let me see."
Yeah. Godwinson, it's just
those
hard.
are quotes.
Godwinson, like, they deserve it, right? They do deserve it. It's just hard for me to celebrate watching anyone get nailed to the cross like this, man. That's all.
Is this a celebration? I'm mortified. I'm horrified. This is just terrible. This is I don't know. This is the death of Andy Warski and Ethan Ralph, and it's shocking.
Well, they were fucked a long time ago. They were fucked up.
PPP. Can you honestly use the we need to find the real truth argument in this quote?
Well, this is
in fact, let me highlight the whole.
This quote is.
Can you honestly find any defense? And this is quotations. This is their voices saying this on a live stream that's been recorded.
Look, Godwinson, part of the reason I'm defending them is because I at one time was hoodwinked into being a fan of Ethan Ralph. And it's hard for me to admit that if he really did do this, that I ever supported a person like that. It's bad for me, even. This is bad for everyone. It's not good. It's not a good scene at all. They're
right.
fucked. You're right.
He said people had posted. He said people had posted suggestively edited versions of his live stream on message boards to falsely suggest he had a folder of illegal child pornography on his computer, which he was viewing and sharing with Ethan Ralph during the stream. So what? He's blaming Cow for this, is he?
Yeah, no, he is. He's blaming the boards.
The
Cow. What?
But I mean, he did share things with Ralph, did he not, on that stream?
Yeah, he did.
And Ralph
was
being judge on that stream, was he not? Like, Ralph was judging what could go out and what could not.
Yeah, he was. He sure was. He sure was.
And you know, they weren't unaware, because read this again, right? Can I show you this? It's so hard to tell. This person, she is 15. He then sent the picture to Ralph, who replied, "Let me see."
Yeah. Yeah, if you were the prosecuting attorney, Godwinson, I might just give up on the case as the defense attorney at this point. It's like, is there any reasonable doubt that I can draw that they didn't do this? The only thing you can do is attack the article and just say it's all lies, but it's not all lies. It's based on the events that did happen.
But it's not even like a misremembered retelling. There's 3 hours of live stream.
The question is, where is this, like,
in history?
Where
now?
Where is
3 hours?
3 hours? Has anyone archived it?
Yeah, it's been archived. It's been archived if the journalists themselves are able to clip 25 seconds here and there.
Yeah, then it has been archived. They're fucked then. There's no way to deny it.
All they can deny is little semantics, right? Little tiny semantical bits. But overall, they're fucked.
Well, go back. Let's keep going through this article, though. Like, the end part is the funniest.
All right.
Where it mentions how much money.
Here we go. During the so Warski said that, you know, it's Cow basically, you know, falsely suggesting that he had a folder of child pornography. Then the article basically says, during the stream, Warski is shown opening a folder and then quickly closing it again, suggesting there were images inside he did not want to be shown on live stream.
Oh God. Yeah, this is like the second you know, nail him to the cross moment. Not only did he go with it, they're 15, can I show this? But he quickly opens it, quickly closes it. You don't want to see what's inside this folder, guys.
But then the article here is basically saying Andy's bullshitting when he's saying that, you know, Cow is trying to frame him because, you know, this actually happened. You know, they're describing the events of the stream they're watching, right? They're not saying the allegation is, you know, they're not saying that, oh, Cow is saying this. No, they're saying this happened because it did happen, because they can watch this. Whether those images are indeed CP, who knows? But
there's obviously something on his computer that would not be good for people to see, even for a man of his already tarnished reputation.
And then it says people are trying to frame us, but we don't play with illegal activities. Don't play with illegal activities.
Oh, yeah.
Don't play with illegal activities. Don't Don't play with illegal activities.
Yeah, that one is
I see no way back from this. I don't know how anyone can defend this. I really don't. It'll be interesting seeing the reaction, but I don't know.
Godwin, do you think that this is going to finally make the Ralph Pay Piggy stop?
If it doesn't, then they are seriously more fucked in their heads than I initially thought. You know, they're no longer in it just to laugh at things now. They are they're going to be financing this behavior.
I bet you his Patreon won't even go down as a result of this. I bet you, it's probably going to stay about the same. He might lose like $100 a month.
PPP, this is the start of the whole mainstream media. They're going to run with this. Of course they are. You know, they've been dying for a story like this. They've been dying for these retards to fuck up, and now they can actually roll with it. And
Do
I
you
think if
think
Ralph trying to get back onto YouTube, he's going to kill Memology's channel. You know, and because look, mainstream media, they don't like Ralph as it is. If they can link Ralph to this, which they, very evidentially can, you know,
But
I don't see a way
times
back for these people. I really don't.
there's been so many times we've thought that it's the end for Worski or the end for Ralph, and they always seem to rise like a retarded phoenix from the ashes. You think that this is the time when it all comes tumbling down and they don't rise back up, eh?
I don't see how you can not PPP. I really don't.
Because of the audience being what it is, there are ways forward for them. It's just
No,
they're
no,
never
but
going to
look,
be
look,
made.
look. PPP, look. Crowd's still got an audience. Meth Holiday's still got an audience.
Yeah,
But look,
they do.
but in terms of ever being, I don't know, forever now, right? Every time someone types in Andy Worski onto Google, this and all of the articles that are going to be written about this stream are going to come up, and it's always going to be linked to the word pedophile.
Is that his real name, though?
Well, I mean, he'd be best to use a different pseudonym from now on, really. Would he not?
Well, he'd be best to change his fucking name probably and get offline because, yeah, he's totally fucked. I don't know what job he'd ever get. He either has to double down on being an alt-right personality or give up and go get a real job. This isn't good. I don't like to see this happen to anybody, Godwinson. To be honest, it's not something I like to see happen. You know, like his reputation is forever ruined because he was a retard. You know,
No, but was he a retard? The thing is, in the law, right? There's ignorance of the law, of course. There's not knowing the difference between right and wrong. But is this retarded? Can you tell me if that's the actions of a retard or is that the action of someone that knows what they're doing?
it's the actions of somebody who knows what they're doing. It's the actions
And
of
this
a
accusation from
profiteer.
the article as well. This accusation from the article as well. Is that the actions of a retard or is it the actions of someone who sat at their computer and knew what they were doing? Because they wanted to show these images on live stream, so they had to edit them.
He's a profiteer. He's profiteering off pedophilia, but does this mean that he's a pedophile? I don't think so. I think it's a stretch to say that
I'm not saying that he's a paedophile. I don't even think the article's saying that he's a paedophile. But this is a crime, is it not? Editing images of children to mask their toplessness. So you can show them on live stream. Defend that. If that is indeed a lie and they don't sue because of this.
Yeah. They have to sue.
I'm sorry, I just don't know how you can defend this. I really don't.
I'm just trying
that's
to.
That's either a barefaced lie, but obviously the rest of the article isn't, right? This is the only thing you can slightly go, oh, we don't quite know this. But the moment this is proved as fact, then that's right. Another nail, you know?
You're right. I think you are right about it. I'm just trying my best to maybe salvage these guys a little bit, but they're fucked. They're fucked.
So this is Worski's statement. You can read this if you like and just remind everyone of what he said.
People are trying to frame us, but we don't play with illegal activities. The aim of his show was to expose a child porn ring of men who pay kids under 16 years of age to send them illegal pornographic images of themselves. These perverts use synonyms like Loli Lord, referring to the book Lolita, but often give away their identities by inadvertently handing over personal information to the chat room websites in which they share the illegal images.
And then, so I mean, that was the sort of mission statement of Andy Worski, right? So he was obviously trying to.
Is that quote from Ralph? Because it sounds like Ralph. Like people are trying to frame us, but we don't play with illegal activities. Like,
well, no, I mean they're quoting Worski here, aren't they? They're quoting Worski by saying, yeah, because Worski's saying that Worski's basically saying that Cow is framing it. You know, he's it's edited versions of screenshots that show him with a folder of illegal child pornography on his computer. But then the actual article says, this is actually on stream. We can actually see on the stream that he's opening a folder and then quickly closing it again.
Yeah.
That's not cow. That's the thing that's happening. But they think if they blame everything on, the internet, it's. I'm sorry. I'm dumbfounded. I'm really lost for reason at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've given them the best defense I possibly can, and the more of it you read, the worse it gets. The more the grave just digs deeper and deeper.
Now, here's a very, very interesting part of the article, PPP. It says that Warski revealed the names of several of these men during the stream who rushed to delete the identifying data in real time as the video unfolded, right?
Yeah.
But then the data's not gone forever because Warski's shown it on stream.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
So the CP hasn't gone forever because Warski's immortalized it on stream to hundreds of people.
The thing is, this article doesn't even mention if those guys got arrested or what happened to them. I'm guessing nothing happened to the pedophiles. So this whole, we exposed the pedophile ring, I guess it really didn't work out. They only exposed themselves to claims of being pedophiles themselves.
And what Warski's done here is basically amplify the paedophilia, right? He's sort of known.
Yeah, he has. He's definitely done that. That's implicit in the action of sending it out onto a live stream, of which the article quotes thousands of people might have seen. Yeah.
And then it says that, so Warski is saying here that an unnamed female researcher gathered the folder of images. And that contains some of the illegal child porn photos they shared has now been sent to the FBI.
And
so Warski's like taking a step back and saying that this is an unnamed female researcher that's done this.
Wait.
And there very obviously were illegal child porn photos that were gathered in the research of Warski, right? And this unnamed female who is this unnamed female researcher? Is it the whale? Is it Moby Dick?
I don't know. Is it Pinecone?
Who did this for Warski?
Maybe it was Nora. Maybe Nora likes to get in on the CP action. Maybe that's, I don't know.
So Warski is very clearly shifting the sort of onus and responsibility for the person researching this and gathering a folder of images which contains some of the illegal child porn photos. He's basically passing this on to an unnamed female researcher. Who was this?
Is he being quoted as saying illegal child porn photos? I don't think so. That's the article.
No. But it said, Warski said an unnamed female researcher gathered a folder of images which proves the identity of these men, but also contains some of the illegal child porn photos they shared, and it's now been sent to the FBI. That's Warski saying.
So yeah, if he's saying that, then he's saying I possess illegal photos, which means that I should go to jail.
Because it says that, so Warski was aware of a folder, right, that had images of child porn photos, right? He knew of this folder, right? He knew of this. So this wasn't Cow making this up. This wasn't Cow trying to frame him because this was real. This actually happened. But he's saying this unnamed female researcher had this. And then he says that he denied ever receiving illegal images contained in this folder. So there was a folder.
Well, wait, how can he say that the folder existed, but he didn't get it, but then he also live streamed the images of the folder?
Well, first of all, he says there wasn't a folder. He says the message boards falsely suggest he had a folder.
Oh, I see.
So what, are we playing with semantics here? Are we saying that, it wasn't his computer that contained the child pornography folder. It was an unnamed female that contained. But he used all of the research from this unnamed female.
Why does it matter if it's a female or not also? Why? Does he think that makes him look better? I mean, presumably,
if they've not done anything wrong, okay, if they've done nothing wrong and they've got everything to, they're transparent, why would they not name this person?
It's a good question.
Why would Warski keep this person unnamed?
Well, I'm guessing
If they've
so.
done such a great act, on sending, and I've sent it to the FBI. Why isn't he named this person, this female researcher that did all this research for him, that we are now only hearing about?
There's no defense. It's pretty clear. Oh man.
So he says that I made sure nothing disgusting was sent to me because I know it's illegal and it's disgusting in the first place.
But he did a live
It
stream.
clearly must have been, yeah, but it clearly must have been disgusting enough for him to say this.
Yeah.
And if we go by the article, it clearly must have been disgusting enough for him to have edited the images so he could show them on live stream. I'm sorry, PPP.
Wow.
I'm not a prosecutor. I'm doing probably a very terrible job in sort of, presenting what's being written here. But I don't know. I'm just giving my own opinion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm.
I feel as though I've done the best possible job. I don't know. Maybe Nick Rekieta. Do you guys think Nick could get him off on these charges? Do you think that if they ask Nick for help, that he'll defend them and get them off these charges? Godwin.
I think's a long, long way away from these people now. I think he's going to be ghosting them like Sargon ghosts Kraut. I think this is the end times for these people. They're not going to find any legal defense here.
But will Dick Masterson still give them a Google Hangout, Godwinson?
I think what will happen is they'll try and spin this now. They'll try and say that, that they've completely lied about us. But the moment people actually watch the live stream and quote from the live stream and realize that, wait a second, this is actually undefensible. You can't even spin this. They're going to see a lot of the people around them, disavow. Suddenly they'll have a lot less people around them than they did before. The question is, will Gator, stay loyal?
Gator's gonna have to stay loyal, isn't he? Poor Gator.
I feel sorry for in this. I feel sorry for Geek and I feel sorry for Gator. I really do.
I don't know. I don't feel bad for Gator. Gator is a fucking retard. He deserves everything he gets. So's Geek Thulu. I don't give a shit about either of them, to be honest with you.
Zidane was wide enough. Zidane was.
Yeah, Zidane was righteous. I'm glad I didn't take that $10 bet with Josh. I'm so glad.
Sorry, PPP, let's carry on. But it says that Wolski's saying that 2 detectives are talking to some people today, and I am glad that the circle of people are being taken down. Right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like as one door closes, another opens. Wolski's out of the frying pan and into the fire, right?
Yeah.
Created more of a mess for himself than anything. He's not guaranteed a conviction of these people, has he?
No, he certainly has not. He's actually made
people. It says that 2 detectives are just talking to some people. They're not. The circle of people aren't being taken down. We don't know that for certain. It's too early in the investigation, surely.
Yeah.
What do you make of this, PPP? That they're not just content with labeling him this distributor of child pornography. They have to link him in with Richard Spencer and the alt-right. What do you reckon to this? That they've deliberately linked this video to try and further smear Warski?
I think it's pretty incredible. They're also, I guess, smearing Spencer by association with the child pornography. But I mean, Spencer's reputation can't possibly get any worse than it already is, I imagine. So.
Well, look, you've said that Warski's best option, if he wants to remain Andy Warski on the internet, is just to fully embrace Richard Spencerism and embrace the alt-right, embrace the fact that you're a wife beater and all of this stuff, and just let the water roll off you like a duck's back.
That's the only way out, other than fucking bricking off completely, because he can't just ignore it. This shit, you know what I mean? Like he has to. Like, you just either become a total villain heel persona and just become an asshole completely and just say, all right, it's Race Warski is here for 24/7. or fuck off the internet and get a real job. Those are probably his two choices.
All I'm saying
I don't
is,
know.
if we discount even this, which they are quoted as saying, you can hear them saying, in the live stream itself. All I'm saying is, where are we finding it? If this is indeed false, that Warski edited the images of a child that was topless to mask her breasts, if this is indeed false, and they don't sue, they're insane. Would you agree with that? If this is false, there's something really weird there, right?
Honestly, I wouldn't sue because it's a waste of fucking money. The article's already been.
If this is false, this is a case they'll win, and they'll win damages, right? Warski will win damages if this is indeed false.
Okay, so you think that if they sue in a UK court and Ethan, Ralph, and Andy appear, that this somehow are going to get a judgment in favor of themselves, even if they had the truth on their side? Come on. Get real. They're going to fucking lose no matter what happens, even if they did have the truth on their side. I mean, the whole way this article is written is just to fucking smash the fuckers into the ground. They're not going to get a fair hearing anywhere, in any place, at any time. And they're not even going to get it from me.
No, but surely, look, PPP, it would be very easy to prove whether Andy actually edited these images, would it not?
It's not easy to prove that he was the one editing.
Surely Andy would be able, in a court of law, to the images from. This is the Instagram account where I got these images. I didn't edit this because this is exactly this image as it appears on my live stream, and this is where I got it from.
Okay, but you have to prove that caused damage to his reputation. Like, he has to prove that it's untrue, and I don't know how he could prove that.
I've just told you. He can point to the source because he's saying that he got all of this from a public Instagram profile, right?
Yeah.
And this public Instagram profile edited these so they could post them on Instagram. But then it says here that he edited the images himself. So Warski to prove this, this is where I got this image from.
Yeah, but it's not that easy, right? Like, the process for them to even
get... It was
easy
enough for him to gather this, wasn't it not, PPP? He gathered this. It was easy for him to find the source. All he has to do to disprove this is show where this was found.
Yes, that's true, Godwinson. But my larger point is it would be unsuccessful simply because the other team, like Metro, I imagine has lawyers for fucking miles, the limited financial resources that Ralph and Andy would have to even go after them. Not to mention, this would be Andy's third lawsuit this fucking month? I mean, at this point, the litigation, he can't possibly afford this shit. Not even the pay piggies can afford it. They just get fucked. I don't know. They should file.
My point is, right, even if this doesn't go to a court of law, all he'd have to do is just show where he got this from, so he could disprove this claim, right? Okay, we'll sort of take it. And all he has to do is say he found this image, and this is where he found it from, and he didn't edit this image of a topless girl, right? Okay, move on from that. So he disproves that, or he shows us all where he got this from, and it's proven that he didn't indeed edit the images. But then here we are with something that is equally as bad. So it's like even though they've put out one fire with a bucket of water, there's another one around them, and then there's another one, and then there's another one, and then there's another one.
Here's what I'm curious about. Do you think that Ralph is going to address this on his show tonight?
I don't see why they would not, because I mean, Ralph's being smeared in this as well. Well, smeared or just reported on accurately, I don't know. But look here, look. Do you think this should be allowed on the show? Ralph, let me see, let me look. I don't know. It looks. I don't know. And then here, it's so person she is 15, and then he sends the picture to Ralph, who says, "Let me see." If I were Warski and Ralph, I'd be mounting a lawsuit.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what they're going to do is just hope that his audience doesn't even see this article and just Try and
This
move
is
on.
going to be the first of many articles, PPP.
You think there'll be more articles about this?
Absolutely, yeah. This is just a little treading the water, but there's nothing here that's baseless, really, is there? They've not made all of this up because there's a 3-hour stream that they're just taking quotes from.
Well, it's not made up, Godwinson. It's just it's spun in the worst possible light for these guys. I mean, you could still report this story and not make it as vicious as they've made it. I don't think I've ever seen a story this vicious about anyone. Just in the way it's put together, it just destroys him, his whole career, and his whole life.
No, but
Ultimately,
all they're doing basically is reporting the stream as it happened. This is Warski's fault. This isn't Metro's fault for reporting it. And look, they've given Warski the right of reply.
yeah, they did.
And they've
They
quoted
did.
him
They
quite
reached out to him and
extensively.
he fucked up.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've quoted him quite extensively, right? They've let him give his own version of events.
He kind of did dig his own grave. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
You know, Metro didn't make him stream CP, did they? They didn't make him do this. There's nothing being spun here, really. The only thing that we can question is whether they edited the photos, and all he had was show where he got them from on that public Instagram account, right? If he can't show a source, then in fact, you know, it probably is likely that he edited the images.
Yeah. I mean, it's likely that all of it's true. It's absolutely the case. Um, it's just it's so fucking awful to be accused of this shit. They should have never fucked around with child porn, man. Like that's the one thing. Those charges and that you don't want that to follow you around for your whole life. And I wouldn't have wished this upon Ralph or Andy.
No, of
I had
course
nothing.
not. Of course not. But they went ahead and they did this for 3 hours, and then the multiple hours beforehand where they were gathering this stuff. This is what the article's saying. You know, these aren't even my words. I'm just reading the article.
No, it's not your fault, Godwinson. Or is it This Week Connector's fault that Ralph and Andy their careers are forever over? We were the ones who did this. This is the best part. The YouTuber has the nickname Race Warski. God. Which refers to extreme right wingers' belief that the US is but that's not even what that refers to. Like I don't know. It's just him being an edgy.
It's not bad enough for them to say, oh, you know, he's distributing, he's publishing child porn on the internet. Instead, they have to keep hammering home. They have to keep making the association with the alt-right. You know, they have to smear him even further, right? Now, this is the one thing I actually do think they're smearing him with, you know, because obviously there's not 3-hour streams where he's talking about wanting an ethno-state, you know?
No.
So this is what lets down the article, in my opinion, really. I mean,
This part of the article is why this is why I'm struggling to support the rest of it because
but PPP, right? If your qualm with the article, right, is that you're being called a Nazi and that you're not being called a paedophile, then surely priorities are mixed there, right? If you've got problems with, oh, I'm being labeled a Nazi because that's clearly untrue, but then there's a 3-hour stream of you distributing child pornography.
Yeah, no matter what, these are the two worst things you could ever be called, I imagine, in the universe. So it's pick your fucking poison. I mean, if any of it's accurate, you're gonna get fucked over really bad. Every paragraph.
I don't know, PPP. Yeah,
is like another.
I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop presenting my screen, and you can read some people in the chat because I've not had the chat open. So you'll have to. How many people are viewing this? Have we got like 100 viewers, like we usually have?
We're doing 477 viewers, I guess.
Oh.
I haven't.
By all means, you can read. Let us know what the mood of the audience is. If they're like, if I've got the mood wrong, then I'm shocked. But as a human being, these are my opinions, and I think most normal people will go, "This is fucked up."
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Let's see what the chat's saying. They're just saying that Ralph wants on. He doesn't want on.
Well, what could Ralph say to this? I don't understand what he could say. He could deny that one thing, perhaps, that Warski edited the child porn, but he can't deny the actual recordings of him saying, let me see that picture of a 15-year-old in a compromising situation.
All right.
How can he deny that? How can he defend that?
Let's see here. Press 1 if you think the article was fair. Press 2 if you think that the article was unfair. I don't know. Let's see.
Talking about fair or unfair? I don't understand fair or unfair. It reported accurately.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Distributed child porn. How is it fair or unfair? I don't know what you're talking about.
Godwinson, you fucking know what I mean by this shit. The way it's written is a typical smear article, man. It's a hit piece.
No, but PPP, this isn't baseless. There's 3 hours of them talking about and distributing CP on the internet.
There's 3 hours of that. Yeah, there is 3 hours of that. And they did include the context.
They're quoting them verbatim, the words that they said.
Chat's fucking split.
People in the chat are saying PPP is not a normal person.
No, they're not. That's not been one of the comments, okay, Godwinson? Although it should be.
Cancer has just said PPP is not a normal person.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think most people are agreeing with you, Godwinson, and I think I might have to recant and say maybe you're right. The quotes aren't wrong.
So Queen of Pole's Brian Dunn is said factual, but a shit piece designed to be referred to in future. Yeah, I'd agree. The one thing, right, that we are sort of dubious on is whether Andy Warski edited the images. But the article states it. It's put its journalistic integrity on that. It's jumped to that conclusion, and yet it has also made the distinction between ones that he showed where he didn't edit them, and then this one that he showed where he did edit them. For some reason, it's made that distinction. So I'm sorry, I don't know. But clearly, would you agree, PPP, that the article made clear that Warski didn't edit certain ones, but this specific one of a topless girl, he did?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I just, that's where it's going to come down to, is whether or not he edited that picture. If he looked at a picture of a girl that was underage, that was topless, and he edited it in, to cover it, then he's fucked. But if it was just that she wasn't topless, but that he wanted to cover like the cleavage area, I'm not exactly sure what the image was, nor do I want to look at it. So it's hard to verify what the truth is in the circumstance. And like everything with these motherfuckers, it's all so messy, and there's so many different interests who are involved, positive and negative for him, that again, it's hard for me to figure out what the exact truth was about that stream, especially since I only watched like an hour of this fucking supposed 3-hour stream. This is the thing.
I don't know, PPP. I suppose I have to ask you as a human being. Are you not shaken by this? Do you not find this disgusting? Do you not find this this is indefensible in my opinion. I can't even think of a way to defend this.
Okay, but I think you're being a little bit dramatic, man. Like,
dramatic?
Yeah, you're being a bit fucking dramatic.
The article is saying these photos.
Okay. So if that's the case, yeah, he's fucked. Do I think that was necessarily what happened? I don't really think so. I don't know if they're that stupid. I don't know if they're that fucking stupid.
Later on in the article, they're quoted as saying, "This girl is 15. Shall I show it on live stream?" And then Ralph says, "Let me see." Is that defensible?
We know,
is that defensible?
We know for a fact that they did not go out into the world with the intention of jerking off to these images. I don't believe that for a second.
We can agree on that point.
Yeah.
But what they did was still, a crime, surely. If you edit images of child porn, that's a crime, is it not?
Yeah, if you edit images of child porn, it's a crime. I agree with you. If they did that and there's proof of it, then they should be punished for it. Of course. I'm just saying, just because some mainstream media hit piece said it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to believe it and that I'm going to suck the dick of fucking some British publication.
No, but it's not
Because
just okay. Right, okay, but that's just one aspect of the article. The other aspects of the article are the actual quotes, the actual words that they said on stream during those 3 hours that they can produce clips of.
they can produce clips of it,
Wait,
but it
no,
is
can you call
taken
that
out
a
of
smear,
context.
please? Can you call that a smear? Can you call that baseless? If they can actually, I don't know how you can defend that. I really don't understand. I really don't, PPP.
I'm not trying to defend their actions. I'm really not. I don't really see why we should look up to the Metro and say, "Oh wow, it's so amazing that they've done this," because
No, but
they
it's
did
not
it to those.
though, is it? It's like we broke the story.
Yes, I broke the story and I wanted it to remain confined to this circle of the internet. I didn't want to see these two guys' lives be ruined because they did this fucking stream, to be honest with you.
No, but
Because
it's not other people ruining their lives, though, is it? They ruined themselves. This is their own actions. No one made them do this.
no one made them do it, but that's not to say that the reaction that the internet's had to it is perhaps a little fucking over the top. Just a little over the top.
I don't know. I suppose we'll have to agree to disagree, PPP. But I don't know. When you distribute child porn on a stream, and you're accused of editing it, and there that you didn't edit certain images, but you edited this specific one. I don't know.
Okay.
I suppose I have to draw a line and go, I'm sorry, this is quite.
The thing is,
wrong.
honestly, let's nail them to the fucking cross. What do you want to see done to these guys? What do you want to see happen to them? Tell me.
I'd like an investigation to happen, of course. Would you not? Would you
No,
not want
do
to
it.
see the authorities actually see if
No,
Andy
have
Warstreet
the
edited
authorities
child porn?
investigate into it. Have the authorities investigate into it, and we'll see what happens. I'm sure they already are investigating because the MSM has put out a piece about it. It is what it is.
What would
don't
you want to happen? Would you want this to just be ignored and swept under the rug? Because it sounds like it.
I don't want it to be nailed.
You want everyone to ignore this. I find that baffling.
What I want, quite honestly, is for them to stop being fucking retarded. I just want them to stop it. All they had to do was just do a fucking stupid show once a fucking day. And now that everybody's now in this whole community of people, because I've talked to the guy, I'm now associated with this shit. It's just not a good look for anybody. It's just not, it's not good. It doesn't even make you look good. I don't think you realize that. Man, like, you've been on streams with that guy, I think. And that you're associated with the child pedophile ring. It is what it is.
Yeah, just because we might be affected by their actions doesn't mean we should, ignore their actions. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's complicity, isn't it? That's being complicit in their behavior.
I'm condemning their actions. I'm just saying I also condemn
condemning their actions. You're saying it's bad for us. What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you?
I know. I'm today. I've been soft. I must have been drinking too much soy or something today. I'm just obviously off fucking base, man. I don't know. I just, as I'm reading it, Godwinson, because I can picture this like an article being written about me, not like that regarding those circumstances.
Clearly, you don't do this stuff though. You're not gathering, illegal porn to put on a live stream. That's not what you're doing, PPP.
No, that's not what I'm doing, but I'm telling you, man, articles are written about shit that really they shouldn't be written about. Like if there was an article that was to come out saying I defaced the Israeli flag and then took a bunch of clips out of context of me making jokes.
Oh my God, this is the worst. You're defending someone's indefensible actions because you're afraid of being called out on some bullshit you did. You urinated on the Israeli flag. Okay. That doesn't mean you should be defending people who distribute and publish.
I'm not defending them, Godwinson. I think that they're scumbags. I didn't like them before this event. I just don't like the way that this is being reported. the way it's being reported is really fucked up. It's not being reported as like a straight news piece. Like, it's being reported to paint these guys in the worst possible light imaginable. And I just don't think that journalistic standards should sink that low,
No, but
even though I personally
you're saying that it's no but painting. You know, how is this a painting that's being painted? The canvas is already full, and it's a photograph. It's many photographs strung together into a stream of 3 hours, where Warski and Ralph did this. You know, how is it painting a narrative of events when they're just reporting what happened?
It's not just reporting what happened, and you know that for a fact. You know that for a fact. It's not just reporting what happened. This is fucking like, we're tying in Richard Spencer with this for no good fucking reason.
That's the one thing that you have the leg to stand on here, right? But if your one thing is, oh, I'm being smeared on being a Nazi and not being smeared on being a pedophile, then I think you're fucking crazy.
I don't know. I don't know. I
don't know. I don't know, PPP. This has been a fun This Week in Nectar, has it not?
It's the first time we've ever come up across like a serious, almost disagreement.
I just don't know how we can disagree. I don't know how there can be a disagreement here. You know, how can you defend the indefensible?
I don't know, Godwinson. It's hard. It's hard. I can't defend.
Okay, so someone has said here, Metro is far left-leaning. I agree with that. Clearly, they're coming at it from an ideological position. And the writer of the article is clearly biased. Right, okay. So how does that invalidate him pulling quotes from a 3-hour live stream?
It doesn't
How does that invalidate
him
reporting on things that actually happened that we can actually see on a 3-hour live stream? How does it invalidate that?
It doesn't, though. I never said that. The article is
no,
correct.
Okay, I was addressing someone else.
Oh, shit.
You know.
I don't know, man.
This is the defense the Warski Ralph audience are going to use. It's a hit piece. And they're going to completely ignore the fact that the bulk of the article is just quoting what they've said and their actions and what they've done on that stream.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. It quotes exactly what they did on the stream. I just don't know if it necessarily gives the full context of everything that was going on. I think that the guys, and I said this, and I condemn them in the harshest language possible on multiple occasions before. I did, I think, 2 different videos on this topic where I just fucking ripped into them, tore them to shreds. I don't like Andy or Ethan. Like, I don't like the shit.
You like them or not, PPP, is it? It's about the issue at hand, and it's about their actions. You know, you can like them or dislike them. Who cares? You can be entirely neutral on them, but you surely must have a visceral disgust to what they've done.
I have a visceral disgust for what they've done. I also have a visceral disgust for the way the article is written. I don't understand why you don't like my opinion on this. I think I have the only correct take on this, which is to condemn both the way this article is written and the people in it and what they're doing. I don't understand why you like this, the way that this Metro article is written. I think that it's typical liberal hit piece shit. It's fucking, it's garbage in my mind.
How is it? Look, I just don't understand how. So yeah, okay, we can attribute the left-leaning Metro, the left-leaning journalist, but okay, that's great, that's fantastic. How does that invalidate him literally quoting and reporting on the events of the stream as they happened, and also giving Andy the right to reply? How does it invalidate it? I don't understand. Simply because the journalist is left-leaning.
It doesn't invalidate the article, Godwinson. The argument that it invalidates. How is the article biased?
No. I'm not saying that. How is the article complete garbage?
Oh my fucking god!
And also, yeah, how can it be just report?
Godwinson, you disappeared.
No, I haven't disappeared.
Oh shit! I whatever you said last was cut off.
How can it be biased if it's just reporting what's happening?
It's not just reporting what's happening, and you have a big brain in your head, and you can figure that out. As much as it supports our narrative and makes them look fucking awful, you can see how it's twisting things to suit their narrative, which is that all
What
people who are
this?
right-leaning are fucking
Okay,
pedophiles.
look. If you take away the alt-right element, okay, how does it twist the stream, the 3 hour
It
stream?
attacks the audience and says that the only people in that audience are like Nazis, trolls, alt-right people. Well, I technically was a part of that audience. I don't necessarily like that attack on his audience. A lot of the people that watch him don't even fucking like him. Half the audience are probably hate watchers by this point anyway. I think that some guy here says we both agree. I think we both agree on this, Godwinson. I just think that you're presenting this in a certain way for a narrative to blow them the fuck out, which I wholeheartedly endorse, but at the same time, I can't get behind fucking Metro, man. I just can't do that. My principles don't let me do that.
All I'm doing is getting behind, you know, the stream as itself, and the stream itself buries them completely. You know, regardless of the Metro, it's the actual stream itself that's buried them. Everything the Metro has said about them being all right and stuff like that's not buried them. That doesn't matter at all, because it's their own words that have buried them. It's that 3 hour stream that's buried them. I'm not saying that the Metro's responsible for this. I'm saying it's them. And
have you seen the stream?
I'm sorry, people, you cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you seen the stream in its entirety?
No, but I've obviously seen the clips.
Just because we've seen the clips doesn't necessarily mean that it's the way the clips portray it to be. I'm going to have to,
come on. How can you defend and how can you say, oh, this is taken out of context when they're discussing a 15-year-old girl that they know is 15 and Ralph says, let me see?
Well, that is fucking bad. It's fucking bad. No matter what context it's in, it's bad. It's bad.
It didn't have to be 3 hours long. I don't have to sit and watch a 3 hour disgusting live stream.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Are you, like, how morally outraged are you for real? That's what I want to know.
How morally outraged am I that?
So, like, does this affect your life in any way? Like, seriously, where you're fucking, like, it's going to fuck up Godwinson's day tomorrow? You need to see justice?
Clearly, it's not going to affect me personally, no. But do you not? I don't understand why you're running defense control for these people. Do you not see that it's just sort of wrong for them to have distributed and then edited these images?
Absolutely, it's fucking wrong. It's fucking wrong, Godwinson. We know it's wrong. But why are you defending Metro? This is what I don't understand. You're defending the way Metro has put this together as though it's good journalism, and it's fucking not.
The good parts of that article are where they just quote the video in its entirety. You know, they quote it wholesale. They quote it verbatim.
I don't know, man.
Do you disagree? That's bad reporting when they quote the article, when they quote the video.
That's not bad reporting.
Are people DMing you at the moment, PPP?
No. Who the fuck would be DMing me? I have no friends, Godwinson. You know that. You're the closest thing to a friend I have, Godwinson. I'm so distraught. I'm never going to recover from this disagreement between us.
All right, PPP. We'll wrap it up. I don't know how long we've been going for, but it's been longer than half an hour, has it not?
Holy shit, we've been going on a long, long time, man.
I think we've given people, you've got to fall on one of two sides. Personally, I don't see why you would, go on the opposite side, but hopefully we've been able to play devil's advocate. One of us has played devil's advocate. I think it's PPP, but who knows? Hopefully we've had a good stream. It's been entertaining. We've had our first debate, which I wanted to be myself and PPP, and we've contrived a topic to do. So I hope it's been all right, PPP.
it's been good, Godwinson. I think that this stream, one of us got blown the fuck out. I think it was you, but maybe it was
Well,
me.
I think it was PvP.
What?
You got, I don't know. Like I say, we'll fall on two sides, but hopefully this article, when I read this article initially, I thought this would be a very good gay up to wind up PvP, our first IBS debate between ourselves. So yeah, I was very pleased that we managed to do this.
All right. Are we going to sign it off now? We're going to close out?
Yeah. Do you have anything to say, PPP? Do you want to shill something?
I don't want to shill anything.
I
just want to make it absolutely clear that if Andy did edit the fucking image, he should probably go to jail. If he actually edited the image of the girl naked, topless, who was under the age of 15, Andy should go to jail. And to be honest, if he did that and he looked at underage girls, Andy will rot in the pits of hell for all eternity, where the worm never dies and the fire is never quenched. So I want to make that clear. You know, and if he was convicted, I believe that pedophiles should be sewn ass to mouth to other pedophiles, human centipede style. I just want to make that clear.
All right, PPP. I think you've been very clear. Yeah, hopefully the next week of This Week in Nectar will be equally as entertaining, and we'll find a topic to can sort of bounce off of. Thank you very much. Thank you.